This is Freebxll Will, and this is That's the Move. I always been a music person, like growing up. My mom, my aunt, my great grandmother, they all like sang in the choir. Like everybody on my side, on that side of the family, everybody on my mom's side of the family, they all sang in the choir. So then that just got me into music for real. And I think as a kid, I always wanted to be an entertainer. So bringing them being singers and then me wanting to entertain, they kind of just meshed with each other into me wanting to be an artist. So like growing up, I've always done talent shows. I've always been in the choir. I've always wanted to just stand out and be different from everybody, especially when it comes to my talents. So like using my voice as a thing to entertain was like my thing. So I just started, singing all the time. Any solo that there was in school, I always took it. And then kind of just like at the end of my senior year, a lot of my friends at my church or at school, they was making music. And I was like, well, shit, if they can make music, I can make music too. So I bought my own recording studio stuff, and yeah, I got into it. Yep. Freebxll started with me and my friend Sean, Freebxll Rome, if y'all haven't seen him. And we was in class one day and we was just freestyling. And we was joking and we would just be like, yeah, we don't got no draws, we freeball. And it kind of like turned into like this funny thing around the whole school. And we started calling ourselves like Freebxll. And then it turned into like a whole group with my friends at the time. And then at first it was just like a funny thing. But then after a while, once I started making music, people already knew me as Freebxll Will because that's what I used to joke about. So I kind of turned it into like this metaphor and it's saying like freeball means like everything is free. Like can't nobody stop us from the way we think, from the way we do stuff, because everything is free. And we ain't got no draws on. Everything is loose. Everything is like, ain't nothing contained. And that's kind of the way I wanted to live my life. And then the X come from Travis Scott. Cause his Twitter name got the X in it, and I just thought that shit was cool, and I wanted my name to stand out, so I put the X in it. All right, so King of the Free started back in 2017 with Kerwin. He produced this beat, and he was like, I want to make an album. I want to make a project for you. And I'm like, yeah, all right, let's get it then. But we never really really went for it until 2018. The first song he made for me was Ride With Me. And I don't know, me and Kerwin, we was always cool, but our chemistry, the artist, producer, our artist chemistry wasn't there yet until Ride With Me. And when we made Ride With Me, we just it felt like we had just made the biggest hit ever. I just remember making that song and just playing it over and over, yo, we really did this shit. And then I just remember him saying yo, let me make some shit for you. And I was like, yeah, let's get it. And then this thing called Sunday Session started where I would go to his house every Sunday. And I just went over there every Sunday and I just recorded. Every time he would pull a beat up, I'll make something new. And we was just recording. And at first, King of the Free was supposed to be called Let Love Die. That's the outro on the song. But I wanted to I wanted it to be a love story about me and my ex-girlfriend. But it turned into something new because King of the Free was something that I wanted to make a while back, but I ended up scrapping it because I didn't like any of the songs. But the more I started recording and the more I started making new songs, the songs and the narrative of the songs kind of turned into me realizing who I was and me realizing that I was the shit. Cause a lot of people don't see me as that. A lot of people try to little bro me because I'm so nice and everything. And I started realizing yo, I could really kill niggas with the shit that I do. So I started realizing that I really am a king. I call myself a king a lot, but the music that I was making and the moves that I was making around the time of everything that I was doing, that's it made me realize that I'm really doing shit. I need to be recognized as how I see myself. And I saw myself as a king. And then the free just come from my name. So King of the Free. Favorite song that I ever made, I got two. Ruined Me when I made the outro. If y'all ever heard Ruined Me, it's a hard-ass outro on it. I made Ruin Me one day. It was the first time my girlfriend ever came to the studio, so I was trying to impress her and shit. So like, I'm like, oh, I gotta show this girl what's up. And then I made it, and then I was like, the song too short. And then I went to Kerwin and I'm like, yo, we need to make like a hard ass outro. And I heard it in my mind. And this one thing that I like about Kerwin is like I can hear something, but I don't know how to produce. So I'll tell him what I want and he'll just make it. And it'll sound so perfect, like how I wanted it in my head. So he added these nice ass guitars and like the chords on it was just so perfect. And then I added some harmonies to it. And then just how it like transitioned and everything. If y'all got a chance, go listen to that shit. It's the perfect ass outro for a song. And just making that song, it made the song like more full than it already was. So I remember hearing it and I had it on repeat. And then it turned out to be like everybody's favorite song on the album too. So, and then Love Lost is my favorite Lobby song that we ever made. Only because I remember Watch by Travis Scott had just came out. I'm about to talk about Travis Scott a lot. And I remember Watch by Travis Scott came out, and I'm like, bro, we need to make a song like this. And I don't know if y'all ever listen to Watch and then listen to Love Lost. Like the structure and the formula, the way we made that song is like the same exact way. And not even trying to bite off of Travis, but like just like the formula and the structure of it, bro, is like the exact way, and I wanted it to sound like real similar to it because I just really like that song. And I remember we made it and we was like, bro, we got a fucking hit. Travis. Got on the Astro real shit, you feel me? Travis been my biggest inspiration since days before rodeo. Like a lot of the shit, like a lot of people tell me I sound like Travis. I've been trying to stray away from it, but I mean I can't. Travis just like just the way he produced, the way he mixes songs. He's like one of my favorite artists. And his live performances, like I don't know if anybody ever came to my shows, but I get a lot of the shit that I do on my live shows from Travis. Like I've studied Travis to a T. Like I go to one of his concerts and already know what song he about to do next, how he about to perform the song, just because I've studied Travis. Like Travis is like my #1 role model. Yeah, Travis Scott. Okay, so I mean I already said Travis, but honestly I look up to Frank Ocean a lot too, even though he don't be dropping music like that. But I made this project called Pink Room, and I wanted it to kind of be like something like Channel Orange. It don't sound like it for real because that was like that was like an old phase and I was really like first started making music. But I love Frank, like his voice, his range, what he talk about. He's just a dynamic artist, bro. And I feel like a lot of people don't even like appreciate him for like his lyrical presence because he can really like spit some shit. Even though he's singing, he really be spitting on people. And I feel like people don't appreciate him like that too. And he's just so open, you know. It take a lot of courage to be like, you know, just come out being gay or being bisexual and still having a presence, bro. Frank is the only person I know that can make a nigga say, my guy pretty like a girl. You feel me? Like that's some dope shit. To have niggas out here saying that shit, have everybody saying that shit. And that's just one thing about music, that music, no matter who you are, you know, or what you stand for, music just bring everybody together. And Frank is like kind of like the definition of that. Cause I know so many people that love Frank, regardless of their race, their sex, their gender, you know, it's just Frank that nigga. Yeah. All right, so those two people I just named, I want Pharrell to produce a beat for me. I want Steve Lacy to produce a beat for me. Who else? Oh, that's a hard question. I wouldn't mind working with Daniel Caesar and SZA. I want Stevie Wonder just because he's an icon. Overall, just the consistency. There's been a lot of shit that I done been through. A lot of behind the scenes shit that I done been through. Just, you know, just the fact that I'm still doing it and the fact that no matter how many people like my shit, I got people listening to me. I got people that come up to me and tell me that they fuck with my shit and that they inspired by my shit. And at first, I remember I used to make music. Well, if I'm being honest, I used to make music just to get people attention, you know, just to, you know, have bitches talking to me about it, or just have people like saying shit to me about my music, just because I like being an entertainer. I love attention. But like as of late, I just really been just doing this shit for me, and it just feels so good. And then to have me do it for me and still get the attention for it, that shit just make me feel good too. So I'm most proud of that. Like just still doing it, still being consistent, and still like having this shit for me. Cause I just been, as of late, I've been making music and I just listen to it for myself. And I don't know when I'm dropping my shit, but just to have it for me and to start making this shit for me, that's what's perfect. Just making it out for my friends. Like it's not a lot of people like me, you know. Like I said earlier, like it's just a lot of people that try to little bro me. It's a lot of people that try to that I feel like they don't appreciate, or like they don't like give me enough credit for the shit that I do. Like before, like I used to be real shy about like making music, you know. Like you ever like have a song, right? And you don't want to send that link to certain people because you feel like, oh, they not about to fuck with this, or they not about to do this. But nah, bro, like my confidence level, especially after I dropped King of the Free, like my confidence level is just up the roof. And at first I used to like there's certain reasons why certain people not out yet, and it's because they don't assert themselves the way that they should. Now it's like, I feel like that, like no cockiness, no arrogance, just straight confidence. I feel like right now I can match up with anybody that's doing this music shit, like anybody that's trying to come up right now. I feel like I can do that. And I want people to see that as well. A lot of times people try to just throw me under the bus. They'll give me, the lower hand, or I used to just take what I can get. Now it's like, I want it, bro. Like if it's something, bro, if it's a show, I'm trying to get it, bro. If it's a video, I'm trying to shoot it. If it's an interview, like this interview, I wanted it. You feel me? Like I need to be put on a better platform so everybody can see me, because I want people to know, and not just me, like the lobby as a whole collective, I want people to know that we serious, that I'm serious about what I do. And a lot of people, like, they don't see it yet. And at first it was my fault because of course I wasn't asserting myself because my confidence wasn't there. But now, like, ever since I've been dropping consistently, I want people to know that, like, I'm about this life. Like, I'm about this music. It's a lot of people that come out the blue and they like, yeah, I'm making music, or like, I can get on a beat, you feel me? But they just making music just because, or they friends doing it, or they man's doing it. But like, this my life for real. Like, I've been doing this shit since I was a little kid. Like, I haven't been recording since I was a kid, but I've been like doing music just in general since I was a kid. And it's been a part of my life. And I feel like people still try to like, little bro me. So like, that shit drives me like crazy. Like, it drives me, it makes me get in the booth and go harder and harder and harder every time, because soon, bro, it's gonna be too late. There's a lot of people that still try to act like I'm really not doing it. It's people from high school that neglect me for my music. And then, like, I'll have people come out the blue and they'll be like, oh, blah, 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 you making music? And I'm like, bro, I've been making music. And it just shows that people are not taking me serious. So like, that just drives me, like, that's my biggest job, is just trying to show people that, like, I'm really about this life. Like, I'm really serious about it. And when the day comes, when I'm out this bitch and everybody see me, I'm gonna be like, I told you so. Losing people, or losing relationships, losing certain connections. Just a lot of behind the scenes bullshit. I've made a lot of connections because of music, but at the same time, as many connections you can make, there can be as many connections you lose. And unfortunately, I have lost a lot. Or I wouldn't even necessarily say I lost. It's a few relationships that have been dampered along the way that I wish I could like get back, because at the end of the day, we all artists. Every artist that's on the rise, we all need each other for real, regardless of how we see it. We all using each other for something. And that's not even in a bad way. And it's some people that I've needed, for some people that I've needed in the past, that I used to just have like that, like whenever I asked, and it was reciprocated. And then things happen, and then you argue, and then you have fallouts, and then you know, that connection just fall off. And it's even like to this day, it's a connection that I still wish I had with a certain someone that I wish that they would just make my life. It would make both of our lives so easy. But, you know, being stubborn, being stingy with, you know, how we do stuff, you know, stuff don't work out, unfortunately. So like just the certain relationships or the certain connections that I used to have with people that I don't have, that's probably some of my biggest setbacks. Because at the end of the day, I can't act like I can really do this shit by myself. Nobody can. I need people. I need functioning people around me so I can work. You feel me? So they can work as well. And that's just how it is. 10 years, I want to be on tour. I love shows. Like, I love performing. I want to have, like, maybe my third or fourth album. And, like, this, like, my fourth tour. But this, like, me headlining my own tour. And maybe even a world tour. Like, I just want to be on tour. I want to have a Grammy. I want to have, you know, I want the recognition that certain artists are getting right now. I want to be known as like one of the best, you know, one of the greatest. That's where I see myself in 10 years. The Lobby is working on an album. We are working on an album. We've been hinting at an album since 2017. It's been in the works since 2017. Like, we're finally consistently dropping music as long as we've been together. So, like, we've been working on this album since 2017, but we really been working on it, like, really, like, consistently doing it since last year. And it's coming together, man. Like, every time we make a new song, I'll be like, God damn, we cold as hell. So, yeah, it should be coming. It should be coming by the summer, no later than the summer. And we probably gonna try to get some videos, some documentaries, some merch, all that by the summer. I actually have another project as well coming out. Yeah. I've been sitting on that. It's supposed to be a prequel to, a sequel to King of the Free. I was working on it. I started working on it. Funny thing is, we was like with the Sunday sessions, when I go over Jane's house, we just be working. We just be working. And I just be making songs. And it was just a lot of songs that didn't make it to King of the Free. And it was just like, I'm gonna just build up off of this and start making a whole new project. So I changed the narrative of how I want people to see me. And it's gonna be titled Ascension. I'm not sure. Sometime after the Lobby album, because right now we've been putting our focus on the Lobby album, but sometime after the Lobby album, I'll start dropping more of my own singles of Ascension. And then, yeah. So yeah, Lobby album, another project of mine, should be coming by before the end of the year. On Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, everywhere. You can find me at Freebxll Will. Same way, spelled the same way. And then follow the Lobby too, the Lobby US. That's on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the Lobby US.
My head, now that this love is